Gentlemen, how's it going? I'm JK Mazy, head coach at Porn Reboots and founder of Elevated Recovery. Today, we're going to be talking about why you need to stop trying to keep up appearances, basically playing for appearances. Um, what I mean by this is for those of you who are trying to end your out of control behavior with pornography and masturbation, um, oftentimes we are afraid to be ourselves with our weaknesses, with our vulnerabilities, with our faults, with the cracks that we have in us. And a lot of times it is due to our ego. But this holds you back when it comes to the process of rebooting because you're always going to pull your punches in terms of vulnerability when you're sharing something, when you're talking about a slip, when you're seeking help, right? It's very difficult and challenging, even for me. And I want to make that clear. It's not unique to you. I also have accountability partners. I'm also in groups of people who I look up to them. I feel that they are a lot more advanced than I am. And I do feel a little bit insecure whenever I ask for something um, or seek people's help. I'm always wondering how they're going to view me. That's just the way social media works, actually. But I think it's so important to be yourself if you want to get the benefits of accountability, if you want to get the encouragement, if you want to get the visibility, if you want to get the clarity, the action that comes with the process of being accountable, you've actually got to be yourself. Whatever it is that you do in your real life, and you do your best to replicate it on social media, that is going to be infinitely greater than anything you could put up on social media and pretend, try to make it social media acceptable. Um, I don't know if that's the reason why my social media has not grown as much as I expected it to. Um, but I will say this much. It has not held us back from our main goal, and that is the entire organization of Elevated Recovery, of being the best at what we do when it comes to helping men and their behavior with pornography. It may not be, we may not do things that are popular, we may not do things that are um, catchy, and I find a lot of these things cringy, um, like trying to be something else on social media that you're not because that's the trend. That's not my thing. I think that that sort of behavior eventually starts seeping into your life. And I've had some clients who are, how would I put it? They run businesses online and they've worked with me one on one. And sometimes I just need to tell them to shut the fuck up and stop bullshitting me. And it's not because it's just because they spend all day on social media repeating these lines about what they do and how they make people successful and how their business helps people. That when they come to work with me as a client and they need to end their compulsive behavior, they just start regurgitating that stuff because it's become second nature. They need somebody to snap them the fuck out of it, so they can wake up and they can relearn how to be vulnerable. So, um, don't put things out there, gentlemen, just for the sake of putting it out there, right? Sometimes there's a very strong need for validation, and I'll see it in posts that brothers share. I'll even see it in some emails people will send me, but that's rare. What I see more often than not is guys trying to get a lot of validation um, for their wins. It's okay to put out your wins. The purpose of putting out your wins, gentlemen, in our group, whether you're in the you're a client or whether you're in the free group, the purpose of putting it out there is to get encouragement. Yeah, we're gonna clap for you. That's great. But I also, and most brothers who are experienced in the program can tell when it's gone beyond sharing a genuine win and when you're just sharing a win for the sake of validation, right? Of course, there's sometimes that brothers will share a win because they feel that it's the right thing to do. I should share a win. That's okay. But more often than not, it's brothers simply putting a win out there because they want the validation. And it's very important. as you progress in your reboots to learn how to get the validation from yourself first, then put it out there on social media or in the group or whatever the case may be. Like celebrate it with yourself first. Like that's the main thing. And when you put it out on social media, you'll realize that you're not so obsessive about seeing if people got back to you on that or if people gave you, any feedback on that. So, um I've had people ask and send me emails telling me to stop cussing, telling me to stop using words like or phrases like, don't be a little bitch in my emails. And they were like, JK, why are you sometimes just so abrasive and almost cranky and cantankerous in the way that you come across? And that's because that's my personality. That's who I am. Clients who have gotten to know me know that I have nothing but love for them, and I will always over deliver whenever I have the opportunity. But we live in a world where this is a conscious decision to be this way, not to be this way, but to put who I am out there authentically. Anybody who's met me in person, and if you guys have, will confirm that JK in person is like he's maybe a little bit more intense, but he's more or less the dude that you see online. He's not. He doesn't have a JK on camera personality, the porn reboot code. No, none of that bullshit. It's I am who I am. But I made a conscious decision to actually do that because I just noticed that early on when I started doing things, I had put out this persona, especially in my first few videos many years ago, that was so exhausting to keep up with. It was so exhausting. And of course, I was figuring things out online and video and so on. It was just so exhausting to play a persona when talking about something that was very important to me, which is freedom from this behavior. When talking about a pain that you understand, when talking about something that was ruining your life and is ruining other people's lives. And it till today, it fucking pisses me off when I will accidentally come across videos of people, men or women, who are kind of just talking about something they've never experienced. I won't even go on going to that topic, but especially when it comes to porn addiction, a lot of people like that out there. Um, so my point is, gentlemen, whatever you would say in the real world, whatever you would do in the real world off social media, like be about it, right? Be that person. Of course, you have to be careful with the things you say on camera. You have to be careful with the things you share, but just be sure that you can back all those things up. And what it'll do in the long run is that um, it's going to help you become a lot more of an authentic person. And it's going to give you the capacity and the capability to do more. If a lot of the stuff you do is online, it's really going to help give you the capacity to do that because you can come online and you can be yourself. And some people will give a shit. A lot of people won't like it. It doesn't fucking matter. The people who are with me to this point in the video are the only people that I'm concerned about my videos reaching. And that's okay because that's the point of all of this, to use social media as a tool. So yeah, that's just my random thought when it comes to um, putting up things for appearances on social media versus just being real.